Now at 6, prosecutors charge a Kansas City man with murder 4 years after the incident. Plus, a recent state audit reveals a deficit for the city of Carterville, Missouri, and now city officials are pushing back. And
I spoke with back-to-school shoppers in Joplin about how they are taking advantage of the tax-free weekend. I'm Olivia Moss, and I'll share how they are saving coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
4 years after a deadly shooting in Joplin, prosecutors charged a Kansas City man with murder. This is KOAM News. I'm Tanya Bach. Christopher Mullen now faces second-degree murder, armed criminal action, and first-degree assault charges. The charges stem from a May 2022 shooting on Connor Avenue where 2 men were shot. 47-year-old Kenneth Matthews died at the scene. Christopher Culbertson survived his injuries. Detectives spent years following leads before identifying Mullen as the suspect. Authorities served him a warrant while he was already in the Missouri Department of Corrections. In southeast Kansas, prosecutors charge a Parsons man with first-degree murder in connection with his brother's death. Labette County prosecutors formally charged 27-year-old Billy Ray Duncan with first-degree murder and criminal possession of a weapon by felon today. Officers responded to a shooting Wednesday afternoon on Southwest 10th Street. Police identified the victim as 35-year-old Gabriel Kane Duncan. Both men lived at the home. Duncan made his first court appearance this afternoon. Meteorologist Donald O'Keefe joins us now with a first look at weather.
Thanks, Tanya. Well, we're going to start to see a very hot weekend ahead of us, but we still are not completely out of the woods for some showers and storms this evening. We do have a 1 out of 5 risk in northeastern Oklahoma and southwest Missouri and down there in Benton County, Arkansas. So we're just watching for storms right now. We currently do have some showers and some thunderstorms in our far eastern counties out there in Missouri. Those are pushing off to the east, but we're going to continue to watch for development in northeastern Oklahoma. But most of the areas should stay dry and calm. As we get into the next couple of hours, we're going to see partly cloudy skies. Those temperatures dropping into the mid-70s by about that 11 o'clock hour. But here's what you need to know. Those showers and storms will end this evening, and as we get into the weekend, we're going to be hot all across the 4 states. Heat index values anywhere from 105 to 110 as we get into this weekend, but I'll break that down in more detail coming up.
All right, thanks, Donald. Carterville officials say the state auditor's findings about the city's water and sewer fund were based on flawed accounting records. The state auditor reported a $634,000 deficit in March, but the city says those accounting records were flawed. After reviewing the records with an independent auditor, the city found a different result. Instead of a deficit, the utility fund ended the year with a nearly $86,000 in net position. The city did, however, acknowledge the state auditor's concerns about weak financial controls and poor oversight. Carterville officials have committed to monthly bank reconciliations, better budget monitoring, and regular utility audits. The back-to-school sales tax holiday in Missouri begins on the first Friday of August each year, allowing shoppers to save money on clothes and supplies. KOAM's Olivia Moss spoke with shoppers in Joplin as they take advantage of savings.
For some shoppers at North Park Mall in Joplin, they are here to take advantage of sales tax-free weekend. And for others, it's a pleasant surprise.
It's really awesome, like a great surprise that we didn't know it was tax-free weekend, and you can tell when you're getting all of your stuff and it ends up being a lot cheaper once you ring everything up.
For Mariah Ginther, clothes shopping for her 3 kids can be pricey, but the tax holiday helps.
I think that tax-free is really important just because clothes are so expensive anyway, and like I said, with 3 kids, it's 3 times the price.
And some shoppers like Ellen Whitescarver wait to buy school supplies until they are tax-free.
When you see that, I think we had like $2 of taxes at Walmart, and we bought over $100 worth of school supply stuff. So it really does help a lot.
Missourians aren't the only ones taking advantage. Kansas resident Amelia Franklin shared that savings brought her to town.
We've saved probably about $30 so far for just a little bit of things that we bought just today. Whereas if we're in Pittsburgh, you still got all those taxes and everything.
The sales tax exemption is limited to clothing, school supplies, and personal computers. And with inflating prices, these savings are helping families afford more.
I'm like, okay, yeah, we can get maybe a couple extra shirts and things like that.
Saving now when we have to buy, a big bulk buy, which we don't normally do. This tax-free weekend really helps us.
In Joplin, Olivia Moss, KOAM News.
Shoppers share that school supplies are already flying off shelves and recommend an early start. The sales tax holiday ends on Sunday, August 9th at midnight. For decades, Jim's Steakhouse served as a gathering place for the Pittsburgh community, and now new ownership is transforming the restaurant into Billy Bob's Steakhouse. Mick Marietta's family purchased the iconic eatery months ago and is undertaking a complete remodel. And while the restaurant's name and look are changing, classics like onion rings and steak burgers will remain.
We want people to come from all over the four-state area and come to Pittsburgh and experience, Billy Bob's and want to come back and want to, shop Pittsburgh and be a part of our community.
Marietta says the menu will feature new items, including a premium bar selection and high-end steaks. The Billy Bob name honors the family's late Longhorn. The longest continuous festival in the U.S. celebrating the end of World War II returns to Arma, Kansas. Coming up, we'll take you live to the Arma VJ Homecoming. Plus, We Care Day brings out the best from 20 Joplin nonprofits to make a difference in the community. Kansas City University students, faculty, and staff are fanning out across Joplin for the We Care Day, partnering with 20 local nonprofits. At Wildcat Glades, first-year students are helping create a new outdoor classroom, removing invasive plants and honoring a volunteer's legacy. KOAM's Nellie Lopez reports.
We get assigned and distributed throughout the Joplin community to help do service projects and help out wherever needed, just to get us integrated with the broader Joplin community.
This time also helps students balance demanding coursework and step outside the classroom and recharge.
We're here for 4 years and we have a tremendous amount of work ahead of us in our programs, but being able to go out in the community, being welcome into areas like Wildcat Glade here, it's very impactful because we need a way to get away from the school, to take a mental break.
But at Wildcat Glades, the workday isn't just a break. It's also a lesson in protecting the land.
We try to squeeze in some education, so they are learning about invasive species. Today they're focusing on removing Sericea lespedeza, which needs to be removed. They're also building a little classroom area here in the park. It's something near and dear to our hearts. It's in memory of John Greenwood.
The outdoor classroom is a tribute to a man who spent years volunteering at Wildcat Glades, John Greenwood.
Is a beloved volunteer. He's volunteered with Wildcat for years and years and years, and he passed away this last summer, early in the summer. And so we just wanted to do this. This is one of John's dreams, to get this outdoor classroom up and going.
Honoring a legacy and building community. In Joplin, Nellie Lopez, KOAM News.
Some students hope the public will embrace the outdoor classroom and disconnect from technology. A little later, Baxter's Spring Summer Food Program closes on a high note as kids head back to school.
And we're going to be continuously warming up, and a very hot weekend is ahead of us. I'll break that all down coming up.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
After some morning showers, the sun started coming out. We're starting to warm up, but we're not completely out of the woods when it comes to some storms this evening into the early parts of tonight. We have a 1 out of 5 risk for northeastern Oklahoma and southwest Missouri and Benton County, Arkansas. So we're just keeping an eye out on some storms right now. We do have some thunderstorms that are pushing off to the east, entering Springfield right now. Has a lot of lightning in it. We do have a severe storm in our northwestern Arkansas, but we're watching for more storm development that could be possible over the next hour or two in northeastern Oklahoma. So let's start timing that out right now. As we get to about the 7-8 o'clock hour, you can see those storms in northeastern Oklahoma continuing to push east into southwest Missouri and Benton County, Arkansas by about that 8 o'clock hour. If any of those storms go severe, we can see hail up to quarter signs and winds 60 to 70 miles an hour. But those are going to push off pretty quickly. As we get to about the 10 o'clock hour, those are going to push off to the east. We're going to see drier, calmer, clearer conditions as we get into Saturday morning. You can see we're going to be into the upper 60s, lower 70s to start our weekend. But as we get into the afternoon, sunny, dry, and very hot conditions across the 4 states. Temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 90s out there Saturday afternoon with those sunny conditions. We're going to have heat index values well into the upper 90s and lower 100s as well. As we get into Saturday night, staying relatively dry and clear, and as we get into Sunday morning, Temperatures in the mid-70s to start your Sunday. But the heat is going to continue to build across the 4 states this weekend. Saturday afternoon heat index values low 100s across the entire 4 states. We can have heat index values up to about 105 on Saturday afternoon. And as we get into Sunday, it's not going to take a break either. We're going to be back into the low 100s. Sunday has a bit of a higher potential, 105 pushing up to 107 for heat index values as we get into Sunday afternoon. So we do have a heat advisory right now. This goes until Saturday at 8 p.m. in northeastern Oklahoma due to these conditions. With how hot it's going to get this weekend, it's likely that this will be expanded into southeast Kansas and southwest Missouri because of how hot it's going to be for us on Saturday and Sunday. Here's our weekend forecast. Saturday, high at 98 degrees, sunny and hot. Same for Sunday, high of 98 degrees. Again, Saturday, heat index values anywhere from 100 to 105. On Sunday, up to 107. It's going to be slightly breezy on Sunday. We can see those winds gusting up to 20 miles an hour out of the south. But again, it's going to be very hot out there this weekend. Sunny and dry, so just make sure you're staying hydrated and prepared if you're doing anything outside. Taking a look outside right now at our High Winds Casino, you can see a nice thunderstorm out there. Looking out there, relatively sunny, but those are some of those thunderstorms that are off to the east and southeast of us right now. So we're just monitoring those right now. Currently in Joplin, 88 degrees. It feels like 95, definitely warming up after those showers this morning. Humidity around that 59%, so a decent amount of humidity out there across the 4 states. As we get into the overnight, mostly clear. Overnight low is 73 degrees. Those winds out of the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, over the next 10 days, Saturday, Sunday, upper 90s, sunny and dry. As we get into Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, we're going to stay hot. We can see possibly triple-digit temperatures next Tuesday and Wednesday. But we're going to actually cool down, thankfully, again later on next week with some showers. But we got to get through this stretch of very hot conditions, Tanya.
I know. It just looks so painful to look at that 7-day. It's not pleasant.
Just stay safe.
Make it cooler. All right. Thanks, Donald. We've got the perfect way for you to stay ahead of the weather. Scan this QR code with your phone and head straight to the updated weather resources page on our website, where you can find information on storm shelters, weather updates, closings, and road conditions. You can also find tips for watching live streams in real time. It's called the Weather Resource page on KOAMnewsnow.com. Arma, Kansas is celebrating 80 years of history this weekend, and we've got a live look at the party that's just kicking off. The town's VJ Homecoming features live music throughout the weekend, including Conway Jackson tomorrow night, car and motorcycle shows, and the 5K run. And there's also a parade, contest, and over $7,500 in prize drawings. The celebration honoring America's World War II victory over Japan runs through Sunday. Still ahead, the Royals and Cardinals open a weekend series on the diamond, plus a recap of last night's electric NFL kickoff. Ben McLeish has those stories and more up next in sports.
The NFL kicked off its season last night with the Hall of Fame game, and if yesterday was any indication, we're in for an electric 6 months of football. It's the Cardinals versus the Panthers in Canton, Ohio. Halfway through the first quarter, 3rd and long for Arizona. Carson Beck drops back and fires downfield for Jalen Brooks on the game's first big play. They'd cap off the drive with a touchdown, but Carolina drives right down the field, and A.J. Dillon caps it off with a score up the middle to tie this one up. But this right here may have been the play of the game. Beck looking downfield again. He drops it right into the breadbasket of Brooks. And oh, he's walloped by Lathan Ransom. Brooks gets right back up, but wow, that was a big hit. A few plays later, Beck's got Simi Fehoko at the back of the end zone for the lead. But again, the Panthers have an answer. Haynes King rolling to his left and finding Jasim Reed for the game-tying touchdown. Now let's go to the final 2 minutes. Arizona down 4, but Kadon Slavas fires to the end zone for Bryson Green, who makes the sliding toe-tap catch for the lead. Now less than a minute to go, 3rd and 14 for Carolina, but King takes off and converts it with his legs. The Panthers could end this one in tie, but there's the fun in that. At the 5-yard line with the clock running down, this will be the final play. Kings takes off again, extends, and breaks the plane for the walk-off touchdown. The Panthers win what a way to kick off the season. Well, heading over to the Diamond, the Royals and Cardinals open weekend series today. Kansas City can do the Cardinals a favor by taking down the NL Central rival Cubs, but it won't be easy. The Cubbies have won 7 of their last 10 and are fighting to take over the Brewers for the top spot in the division. On the mound, it's a bullpen game for KC, while it's the Chicago debut for newly acquired Kevin Gausman. And the Redbirds have themselves a good opportunity to get back above the 500 mark. They take on the lowly Colorado Rockies at home. Both matchups begin in less than an hour. Well, PGA golfers take the greens today in Greensboro, North Carolina for day 2 of the Wyndham Championship. One man stands alone at the top after 36 holes. Bo Hostler burst back into the lead after birdieing the 15th and 16th holes. After an incredible 9-under performance yesterday, 3 under par is enough today to keep him at the top of the leaderboard. Right below him, it's Jordan Smith and Ben James at 11 under. And this really is anyone's tournament to win because 10 golfers sit just 2 strokes behind them at 9 under. Well, back to football. I got to tell you, it felt good to read a football game. I haven't done that in a long time, but locally, 4 states high school football teams are reporting for practices this week. Ryan Blank, Zachary Petrick, and I will be going out to practices and giving you previews into these teams' seasons coming up. I can't wait for that as well.
And our press box starts up in a couple weeks, so everything is happening.
It's right
around
fun. The corner, and I'm excited for these temperatures to drop.
Yes, that is key for sure. All right, we're back with more news after this. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News after baseball on Fox 14. Changes are on the way for a Pittsburgh Steakhouse, and we'll have the latest on the name change and what customers can expect. Plus, shoppers head out for big savings this weekend in the Show Me State, and it's a celebration 80 years in the making as folks in Arma head out to the annual VJ Homecoming. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 after the game. Well, summer food program, Life 360 Community Services in Baxter Springs wrapped up its final distribution this week, helping keep local children fed while school was out. The drive-through program provided 5 days worth of nutritious meals each week to children ages 1 through 18. Organizers say the program served more than 200 children each week this summer, with more than 2,000 people served over the course of the program.
I was extremely blessed this year. I almost did not take this on because it's very difficult to get that many volunteers in one place at one time. And the Lord really provided for us.
More than 15 volunteers helped distribute the meals, including teachers, members of other churches, and people from surrounding communities. Sounds like a good program. Final check of the forecast?
Yeah, if you're doing anything this weekend, activities outside, just make sure you're being smart because we got temperatures in the upper 90s, heat index values in the low 100s. It's going to be very hot even into next week as well. We're not going to see another cool down until later next week, Tanya.
All right, final sports note.
Well, the NFL season obviously kicked off yesterday, but the Kansas City Chiefs played their first preseason game in just 8 days. Next Saturday, we'll get our first look at live action from some of the Chiefs rookies and see if Patrick Mahomes plays in that one. I'm guessing not.
All right, we'll count down to that. You said 8 days?
8 days.
8 days. There you go. Well, thank you for watching. We will see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better weekend.